Hello everyone, it's me, Hyper here, and welcome to Formula PlayStation. I am back after a long hiatus. I think the last time I was here... I don't even know the last time I was here. I actually think it might be to Singapore? Was it? I don't remember. Honestly, all I remember is I've just been really ill for the last few weeks, or I've had appointments and stuff, or I've just not been here at all. But anyway, enough of rambling about me. We're here for round number 10. One round left to go of this season after this one here at Brazil. So I am very... Oh, sorry, this is round 11. My apologies. Round 12 is after this one. The last race of the season. For some reason, some people have left. I'm just going to see what's going on. For some reason, Trench, the owner of the league, has left the lobby. Yeah. Okay then, well, what I'm doing is I'm just going to go link the stream into the chat. So do give me a little while to do that. Let's see, we're live right now, and let me just check, when was the last time I was here? Oh, yeah, it was Singapore. So, let's just copy the link into the chat and let everyone know that we are live. Oh, everyone seems to be leaving, so I do believe that there's a new lobby being made. I'm just gonna... Yeah, there we go. There's the invite. Let's just chuck the link into the chat. So put the link in there. And there we go. Yep, there's everyone. So I'll just click on spectate, and then we can be ready. Once we get a few people into the chat, I'll start the standings. I'll just have the stream up ready. Just chuck a hi in there from my own account. Because I'm like that. So yeah, next week we have France, which is the last race of the season. So that means a whole 52 points can be earned in the next age, I guess. Which means only the top 3 currently can win the league. Kind of upsetting, but oh well. Anyway, as we have people in the chat now, I will go through the standings. In first is Trench with 150. In the second is Buttons Back with 148. In third is Wee Reese with 114. In fourth, it's Brown with 95, drawing with Luke Vettel, who's in fifth with 95. In sixth is Dolab Sekro with 71. In the seventh is Lightning Poker with 65. Eighth is True Grosjean with 46. Ninth, Jupiter X with 32. 10th, the Jigsaw Mosley with 24. 11th is Stooley with 22. 12th is Decus with 18. 13th, Quistard with 14. Tying with Dark Knight, also on 14. In 15th is, and 16th is Burton X and Killer Clown, both with 0. I think that's it. We have 12 drivers in the lobby tonight, out of our 16 competitors in the league. So it could be a very interesting race today. As for constructors, Alfa in first with 172, McLaren in second with 154, Renault third with 148, Mercedes fourth with 119, Ferrari fifth with 95, tying with Racing Point also on 95, Haas in seventh with 92, Red Bull in eighth with 54, Williams in ninth with 28, and Toro Rosso in 10th with 14, sorry. So yeah, those are your standings for today. Now, as we get this race underway, eventually, I'll just look into the chat and do stuff. So we're here in the lobby. Finally I have noise for once. This noise doesn't work on my lobbies, so actually quite happy I do. But yeah, I was just getting myself a drink. Oh, I just realised we got 13 drivers, not 12. So I believe that's True Grosjean out first, followed by a Renault, and I didn't see the car behind. Oh, it was a Haas who's just yeeted it into the pit wall. But Stooley's actually, well, Stooley's out behind Quistard, so they will be the two currently for us to watch. Now, what I've been doing for my other streams is this, so that I've had no telemetry, but I have got lap data, as you lot can see what's going on better without just the thing in the top bottom corner. As for lap time on the top right, I'm really not sure if I like it or not, but for now it's staying there, so yeah. Oh, Luke Vettel's setup didn't save. That's a big rip. But I don't care about Luke Vettel's setup. I care about this. And Rossi Fisher, what on earth are you saying? As it looks like Quistard decided to let Stooley out of the way. Might have got an invalid lap time there. Not sure. But we'll watch the Alfa Romeo driver. And really we're looking at the fight between, well, here at least, between Trench, Buttons back, and of course Reese. All three of them are fighting for these for the win basically. But if Trench wins, or if Buttons wins, it kind of pushes Reese out of that battle. I think it pushes him out completely. But if Reese wins, he gets ever so much closer. However, if Trench and Button both end up quite near the front, I am sorry, but for Reese, it will not end well. Oh, Stooley goes back into the pits. We'll just follow along with Dark Knight then, who's actually no, we'll go on Love Lightning Poker as True Grosjean sets a 118.8, and Lightning Poker himself comes through to set his own lap of a 1:12.3, a few seconds fast, well, a few seconds slower, but obviously on slower tyres, as Dodov Sekris at a 1:10.5. The Jigsaw Moto, unfortunately invalid. We resetting a 1:09.0, as he will come on to Jupiter X to see what he can set. Oh, Brown with 1:10.3. Here we go, Jupiter X. He looks to have slowed down a bit there. It's Trench beats that time of 1:08.9. So just faster there than we Reese so far. Now here comes Dark Knight. Coming around technically the final corner / first straight. And he has set a 1:14.8 for his first lap. Quistard here low, looking to beat that 1:14 time. And currently it's looking good as he went a little bit wide there. And it will be a 1:11. Nope, oh actually yes, it will be a 1:11.7 as he just beats Lightning Poker. I believe just improved on his lap time there, so well done to that man. The Jigsaw Moto also coming through to set a good time for third place at 1:10.1. Meanwhile, Buttons back and Studio back out on outlaps. Luke Vettel though is on his flying lap. The Mercedes driver unfortunately unable to fight for points today as Lightning Poker's out of the race as he's crashed it. Not fun. But yeah, Luke Vettel unfortunately out of the title race so far. Him and Brown both fighting for 4th and 5th. Also, technically, they could be fighting for third if they can catch up to Wee Reese. But second and first are completely out the question. Meanwhile, I don't really think anyone else has improved their time so far yet. But Luke Vessel's about to come in and set a very good lap time, it looks like. We could be expecting him up in at least the top 3, as it's a 109.8, and he puts himself behind Reese by 8 tenths already. Meanwhile, we've got Stooley behind Dark Knight. Both of whom are on a lap. Oh, Dark Knight just unfortunately screwing over Stooley's lap a little bit. Not sure how badly that will affect him, but it will affect him in some way. As Button's back, getting very, very close to the track limits there, but now has a 109.3 and is up into third place. Button currently looking like a contender for the win today. As Stooley's lap's not looking so promising. But it will still be, and it won't really be a competitive lap. It's a 113.6, which puts him down in 11th. And behind the man on hards, Lightning Poker. However, we're going to go and watch Jupiter X, just because I want to. And he's the last man not to set a lap, as True Grosjean has gone to the mediums here, even though he set his time on the softs. I mean, I don't know why you go from softs to mediums when you have the choice. Oh, Jupiter X gone slightly wide there. Won't be the best thing for him, but it still won't affect his lap too badly, as it's looking like it will be a 1 minute 12 here. And nope, it's a 111.9, just off, and he's, well, just put himself into the top 10. Quite a lot of people still out on laps. I think Luke Vettel improved his time by a few tenths there. We'll just check. Yep, he's improved it by 3 tenths, just due to a better first and second sector. If he improved his third sector as well, he could have really been in to fight for second place here. Unfortunately, just hasn't been good enough. There's a yellow flag in sector 2, I'm not sure who that's for. But I don't care, because we're currently watching Brown, and Brown is looking to fight with Luke Vettel. What he needs though is 8 tenths, and he's gone back into the pits. Never mind. But yeah, just never mind. Jupiter X not actually on a lap. Queestjar's just finished his, and True Grosjean starts his own. So people are getting very up close and personal with these track limits here today. We'll actually ride on board with Golov Sekro here in the Force India. Needing 2 tenths to go and beat Brown, who's currently in the 6th position. But also needing just anything to get away from True Grosjean, who is behind him. Golub getting close to the inside, looking a little bit wobbly on the wheel here. I hope he's done on the pits, because everyone goes in the blooming pits. It's like the commentator's curse. Whenever I look at someone, they're like, nah, let's just go and pit. This is why I don't commentate anymore. It's a joke. I do commentate, I've just not really been well. I can't tell who that is in front of True Grosjean, but it doesn't matter, as True Grosjean has set a 111.3 and not being able to improve his lap time at all. The Jigsaw Moto also not improving his lap time. This is a 112. So we're going to stay on board with Trench here. Currently our leader, both the race, well, quali and the league in itself. And there we have another Brown supporter. I don't know how many of these guys we have, but there always seems to be like 50 of them. As Trench comes home to set a 108.7. Oh no, oh sorry, Reese sets a 108.7. Trench on the other hand, yeeting it into a wall. I don't know how I thought Trench was Reese and Reese was Trench, but yeah. We'll ignore that completely. But you're just gonna pretend it never happened. The Jigsaw Moto here though, up on his time just a bit, but it's going to be a 109.4, and the Jigsaw Moto has beaten Luke Vettel and is just behind Button's back. Speaking of Button's back, can he improve his time here on the mediums? Nope, he's going back into the pits. Quite a few people on out laps, but not actually setting laps here. Jupiter X being one of those people. Currently just out on a lap, but hasn't set one. Well, actually no, he has set one. I don't know what one about. Just a lot of people were in the pit at one point. That's all I'm trying to say. And there's 6 minutes left. It's... yeah. Track's looking not too empty. I mean... 6 cars out. 6 cars in, so... well, yeah, half full. I don't know, we're just riding along with Luke Vettel, really. Seeing what time he can set here. And there's a car in front of him. Don't know if they're on an out lap or if they're setting a lap. No, it was Twist Yard on his out lap as Luke Vettel jumps 2 people with a 109.3. Wow. Just beating Button's back by 100th. As Jupiter X also sets off a new fastest lap for 110.6, beating through Grosjean by 200ths. Man like Stooley also improving to 111.1. So that's a good time from him. Christian though on 2 lap old tyres. Unfortunately has an invalid lap this lap, so won't be able to improve. Dark Knight on the other hand is still in the 114s. Not doing so hot. Through Grosjean, back out on a new lap. Obviously he has to beat his old time and hopefully try and re-overtake Jupiter X. And in all matter of realism, he could probably get up to 7th place here. Maybe even 6th if he pushes it really hard. But I expect Brown to really improve and, you know, get back on the back of the Jigsaw Moto. Okay, seriously, like, Brown, how many accounts do you have? Like, literally. I know it's like your family and I know it's like seriously man, just how many accounts? I think True Grosjean fucked up his lap here as he's going back to going slow again. And was it just a coincidence that 2 people put Go Brown at the exact same time? I don't think so. We'll ride on board with the Ferrari driver. As Jupiter X gets disqualified from the session for being parked in a dangerous location, which moves everyone up at least 1 position. Unfortunate for Jupiter X, but what can you say? It just happens. It's Cody's. You don't know what's going to happen until it happens. As Brown is looking good here, and this could be an even faster time than the Jigsaw Moto. It won't be a better camera angle though, because we never get them. And it's a 109.3, which, yes, does beat the Jigsaw Moto, but is not quick enough to get past Buttons Back or Luke Vessel. Meanwhile, we'll go on with Golub. Currently the 1:10.5. He needs to catch the Jigsaw Moto, his teammate, by 1.1 seconds to get 6th place. And you get looking at that time, no. Listen at the English, please. Look at True Roshan's time. Really think that getting to the 1.9s will give you a good race today. Everyone else is just severely lacking in the pace. Oh well. Reese out on a lap currently. Dark Knight's done about 100 laps on his softs. Cristiano also on a lap as well. As we can see, a lot of people just moving out of the way for Reese. And it's obvious when, you know, as a driver who's in first, you don't want to get in their way. And he got out just early, I know, a little bit earlier. He probably could have had time for 3 laps, but as you can see here, he's only got time for 1. Well, 2 actually, but you know. As he sets a 1:08.4, beating his previous time, and now beating Trench by 4 tenths. Meanwhile, Cristiano sets a 1:13, which is not going to be enough to improve. Golub in the 1:10.1s now, luckily for him. The Jigsaw Moto has also improved to a 1:9.4. But can he improve further than that? It's looking likely, and I really think he can. He's got to be a 1:9.4. It's a 1:9.5. And unlucky there. As Trench is currently the furthest man out. He's got Golub in front of him. He's probably going to use Golub for some slipstream here. Golub, not his teammate, but doing very well to act like one. Not giving Trench the best run through, but it's been enough. Unfortunately, it's just a 1:9.0, which is not improved Trench at all, and he will stay in 2nd place for the time being. Like, seriously, where does everyone know Brown from? I understand, like, if you've got the last name Brown, like, you're probably family, or, like, you know, just Brown on one of his accounts, but, like, what about everyone else? As Luke Vessel, let's not talk about that one. Let's just not talk about Luke Vessel there. I think we should give him a point deduction, about 102. So Reese takes pole position, Trench 2nd, Luke Vessel 3rd, Buttons Back 4th, Brown 5th, Jigsaw Moto in 6th, all within like, about a second of each other. I'm going to class Jigsaw Moto here within a second. Grosjean 8th, Golub in 9th, Man Like Studio 10th, Cristiano 11th, Lightning Poker in 12th, and Dark Knight 13th. Hold up, Cristiano 10th, Lightning Poker 11th, Dark Knight 12th, Jupiter X 13th. You know what? I respect that Yu-Gi-Oh quote in the chat. Well, I say quote, I mean like Yu-Gi-Oh reference. The Shadow Realm. For the boys. Ah dear. I knew there was going to be something like that. Something like that was just going to come up. You know what? No. Just no. I love how, like, you can say drug addiction in chat, but you can't say, like, fuck. That's fucking retarded. That is just, like, so stupid. Anyway, it's dry, yeah. Well, I'm so fucking tired, man. Like, literally, the only way I'm actually awake today is by pure willpower alone. Right, I'm just awake because of my willpower. That's it. So I'm just really focusing everything I am to keeping these eyes open. So if I miss something, then do apologise. I do apologise, but you know. Anyway, we don't have a formation lap in FormulaPlayStation, so just wait until the lights are out. Do 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 do. We get copyright strikes for playing this. I know, 'cause I did it once online. Do 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 do. Funny story that. Just gonna go look in the chat, see what's up. See if anyone's moaning about anything. Oh, Trench has left the session. Big rip. So, I think Stooley's just said, fuck it, and has decided to start his lap. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna leave. We're gonna pretend like none of this ever happened. Because to us it didn't. And no, don't have one. Give me an invite! Give me the blimmin' invite, Trench, before I fall asleep. I'm just looking at the chat. If you don't start on the softs and you're in the top 10, you get a 25-second penalty. That's just like big oof. It's like just getting a knife to the fucking throat and you're like, ah, I'm dead. Big rip. 25 seconds at Brazil, that's like half a lap. Actually, it's like 10 seconds away from half a lap, but still. No. Where's me invite? Trench, give us an invite. Trench, give us an invite. Do 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 do. Hey, hon. Meow. Don't steal a joke. What's your joke? What joke did I steal, Digixel Moso? And where's my... Oh, there's my invite. What joke did I steal? I don't even know what joke I stole. The only thing I stole was your heart. I'm hype. Don't go breaking my heart. I just got said goodnight by an American, and I'm like, bro, it's not even 9 o'clock yet. Well, actually, it's not. I didn't say bro. I was like, beloved, it's not even 9 o'clock yet. The old one? No. Hold up, custom weather. What's this? Trench. You're cheating. I don't know the old theme tune. What was the old theme tune again? I don't remember now. Hold on, let me go, like, F1 old theme tune. Have a listen to this very, very quickly. Not gonna lie, I can't find it anywhere. Here we go. Dude. There's your BBC 2009 Formula 1 theme tune. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do any more, thank you. I'm just going to focus on commentary, because that's what I'm good at. Actually, I'm not good at commentary, but I do anyway. But yeah. Anyway, about to get this race started. Took us long enough. It's almost 9, and I am ready for some... fuck. I don't know. What am I ready for? I'm just ready to race, okay? I don't know if we have 14 here. Oh, we have 13. Never mind. Yeah. We've got everyone. Do. Also, my Instagram notifications be popping today. They keep staying on my screen, so I need to start my settings for Instagram. Like, I just don't want them to stay there. I want them to stay and disappear. Okay, there we go. I'll sort it out now. But yeah, we'll get on to the race now. Hopefully, eventually, someone. Probably not. We're just waiting for Golub. Of course. There's always one. Always one you have to wait about half an hour for. There's always one. Golub, Sekro, Sreko. I don't know. Golub. 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 Boom, boom, boom. Everybody say ayo. Oh, for fuck's sake. We've lost Golub. I mean, I don't even know if it's formation lap or if it's just a race. At this point, I think it's formation lap. I'm really not sure. But these two look like they're racing on ahead, so I'm guessing. Well, no, it says lap 0, so it can't be a race. And people aren't overtaking the back there. Oh, Trench seems to think it is a race. I don't know if people have realised if it's a race or a formation lap, and I'm really confused at this point. I know it's a formation lap because I can see it's lap 0, but yeah. There you go, they've realised it's formation lap. Well done, Reese, you slowed down. Golub Sekro has rejoined. Has you got a car though? No. So, yeah. Good one, game. Fucking up, Golub the whole night. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody say ayo, ayo. "36 laps of Brazil." Fun times. And I think this is about to take almost 45 minutes. Fun times. I think quality took us that long. I just realised it's not even 9 o'clock yet. I thought it was 9 o'clock, it's like, you know, it's half past, but still. Whatever. 5 red lights, round 11, FormulaPlayStation, Brazil. And we get underway, lights are out. And was that me, or did Trench just have the worst start of his life? Button's back, though, up a few positions. A massive dive bomb from a Ferrari. Ooh, there's contact between people. There's a heart off, which would be lightning poker. And Brown was the one to make a dive bomb there. Button's back, really having a go at Trench here. So those two are kind of fighting for the championship with Reese just kind of being an onlooker at this point, but again, still can technically guess it. The Jigsaw Moto, though, down in last and has been pushed off the track. I'm not sure by who, though. Lightning Poker, only man on the mediums. Everyone else on softs. As Brown overtakes Luke Vessel, who's been pushed off the track there. And Trench and Button's back fighting side by side. It's wheel-to-wheel action between the two of them. And I honestly think it will be Trench coming out of this technically alive, but in first place. Well, second actually, but you know. When you got Wee Reese here, does it really count? As Wee Reese sets the fastest lap of the race, obviously being in first, but Button's back has got Trench down the inside, and Trench has been sent off track. Comes back on quite dangerously there in front of Brown. But Brown now gets in the position on Trench as well, who's trying to make it and trying to defend as hard as possible. But Brown will just have the inside. Trench, though, looking to cut back, and he's done so very, very well. As we can see, just the three-man train here. Brown looking to get up the inside here. Not a corner you want to be overtaking at. But he's tried it anyway. And again, it's very, very tight. But Brown and Luke Vessel will be in quite a bit of a battle here. The Jigsaw Moto forced to go in the pit, same as Jupiter X. And Quistiard as well. Very unfortunate for those three. I'm not sure what happened, and I will have to look later on in the day. Okay, Luke Vessel seems to have just got off of Brown. So, unfortunately, not catching up enough. Weary with another fastest lap, but Brown is still trying to close it in on Trench. He's sort of made his way back up to the button as well. With DRS enabled, these drivers will only get closer. As we can see, Brown closing up quite a bit to Trench. Even though Trench had DRS, Brown really just putting the pressure on, is now 2 tenths behind. So you can tell that this Ferrari man is looking for that third place. Trench on the other hand knows just kind of as long as he beats Button's back, he's kind of in the clear. As Button's back is closed up to Wee Reese here, just slightly, but slightly enough to make a decent move. As we can see, these guys are coming to the DRS straight. This will be one of the most important places for overtakes today. Can they make one? And looking at it, I think Brown could be the only person to make an overtake here, as Button's back gets fastest lap. Brown looking up the inside of Trench. He's dived in there, or dove in there, I guess. Actually couldn't make the move, as Stooley has also been overtaken by Grosjean, as they both lock wheels as well. Jupiter X though, very, very close to Quistard. Oh, as Jupiter X has given him a massive nudge in the back. Quistard forced off track there by Jupiter X. And then also Jigsaw Moto almost hit him. Not the cleanest of driving there from Jupiter X. And if I was him, I'd have stopped and waited, but that's just I have respect for other drivers, but like I have way too much respect for other drivers. Like I could be in last, and then I could be second to last, lap the guy who's in last, and then wait up for him to re-unlap himself. Or also I could be in first and do that to something on last. I could lose myself the lead just because I've tapped someone, but again, that's me. I'm not your ordinary racer, I guess. Oh no, not again. My TV's trying to turn itself off. Not fun. Anyway, Lightning Poker into the pits. Quistard Stooley and True Grosjean here are really getting serious. One of them's lost part of their wing. And like, just the sheer amount of contact between the two of them. And look at that. Look at that from Stooley trying to dive on True Grosjean. Personally, I don't know. It is just wow. That's all I've got to say, it's wow. And back onto Brown. He's still 5 tenths behind Trench at this point in time. Stooley also back to 3 tenths behind True Grosjean, and Stooley's gone off track. Not sure what's going on with him. Really, they've just been poor today. But Brown closing back in on Trench. Not enough to look for a move, definitely not enough, but you know, he's there. Trench on the other hand though has gained up to Button, who seems to have lost quite a bit of time to Reese. But here we go, man like Stooley into the pits as well, obviously due to that contact with Grosjean. Brown trying to take as little or as small as a line as possible, just so he can get a good run here. He's with Trench side by side. He's looking to go around the out. Trench, unfortunately, just knows he's not able to make a move. The Jupiter X also gets past Lightning Poker. After, I believe, making contact with Quistard earlier. But anyway, back to Brown and Trench. As we can see, Brown is closing in yet again. Trench, I believe, here has DRS. Actually, no, he won't have DRS on the line in front. They're too far away. And if that was anyone, that's obviously Button's back, who's 1.2 seconds. But Trench here, unable to defend. Never mind, I stand corrected. Trench able to defend from Brown there. and he lives to see at least the next 2 corners. But as you can see, Brown again going attacking. Trench completely screws up his move there. For Brown, unfortunately, just again unable to make the move, but luckily his wing didn't get taken off there. But Trench moved just to the last point of where he could have. True Grosjean into the pits. As we can see, Stooley is trying to get his pace back up here, as he is trying to catch Lightning Poker. As position changes, the guy who's had the best race so far is Dark Knight. Worst race, unfortunately, has been Lightning Poker. Anyway, Brown here on Trench. He's finally got a good move, surely. As you can see, Trench there in the background, having to go around the outside, or having to stay on the outside line, and has really lost it into the next turn. Brown up into second. Trench, for some reason... Oh, it's Jack's the leader, isn't it? Yeah. Trench then 2 seconds behind. Got 2 tenths behind. Trench again looking at the move back down his inside, but it just won't be enough there. As Dark Knight's currently the only 33 seconds behind Luke Vessel, but yet to have a pit stop as Lightning Poker leaves the session, which is unfortunate for him. Trench low, trying to keep up with Brown here. As lap 9 does start, and we are a quarter of the way through our race so far. And really this has been the big battle so far, just Trench versus Brown. It's a dive bomb, but it's a good one from Trench there, as he gets third place, but Brown instantly takes it back as they're going side by side. Who is going to come out on top here? They're both... Oh, Brown really not leaving Trench the space there. But Trench just did not back out at all. And you know, at a time like that, you don't back out. So to me, it was really anyone's game. As True Grosjean's caught up to Dark Knight on his mediums here. Don't believe the DRS is on here. Digixomoto also catching up to Jupiter X. They're not really much being able to be done by that. True Grosjean just holding back from the Ferrari driver here. Not trying to make a stupid, reckless move, but if push comes to shove, and Digixomoto starts chasing down, I'm sure True Grosjean will be annoying. Oh, hi T Funky, welcome to the stream. Anyway, True Grosjean still 3 tenths behind. Oh, not anymore, as Dark Knight goes way, way wide. Anyway, here we go with Digixomoto, the Force India driver, trying to close up on Jupiter X. See, Jupiter X's tyres should be going within the next few laps. I know softs can go quite long here, but they shouldn't be going like 10. Like, you shouldn't be able to do 3 stints on softs here. But you kind of can because, you know, tyre wear. Pirelli doesn't make good tyres. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, that's all the evidence you need. Just they don't make good tyres. Have you looked at F1? As here comes a dive bomb from Digixomoto. It's not so much a dive, more just a overtake that was very, very down the inside. And oh my gosh, what's happened to Jupitex's lines? Oh, his Stooley was almost caught up in the crossfire there. Alright, the Jigsaw Moto now up into 8th, looking for 7th. And with a Dark Knight's less than pleasing lines, I would say the Jigsaw Moto should be making an overtake as soon as possible. As here we see them both going side by side at a very nice camera angle, both ways. And oh my, Dark Knight has, yeah. He's been taken to the Shadow Realm as he popped himself quite dangerously back in front of Jupitex here. And is now driving quite recklessly. As we can see, he's just... And look how wide he's doing, oh my. Dark Knight, you need to get on some fresh tyres, my friend. You really need some fresh tyres. Oh, so here we can see Quistiard is just getting lapped. Not fun. You see, he's just kind of in between Trench and Button here. Sorry, not Trench and Button. Trench and Brown. Quistiard will have to move out of the way before he gets told off by the FIA, aka Trench. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. Schooley going slow. Jupiter X is close to him. Those two having an instant again. Not fun. Not fun at all. As Stooley comes across the line. Dark Knight closing back in now. Got 11 laps on his tyres, so still yet without a stop. And the guys doing best from actually having a stop are the Jigsaw Moto and Jupiter X. And the Jigsaw Moto most likely will go from here like to about lap 30, sorry, not lap 30, lap 15 with his tyres and then go on to the hards. But that's because he has to. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure most of the other guys will be trying to go to lap 14 with the softs and then maybe hope to stretch the mediums long enough. I mean, I'm not sure how they plan to go, but yeah. The yellow flag in Sector 2, oh god, who is it? It's someone, oh, it's Stooley. Not going quickly at all. So, I forgot to mention Trench got a 3-second time penalty, but also forgot to mention that Luke Vessel's closing in on him. It looks like the leaders are still staying out for another lap here. What does he get? Oh no, Button's back off into the pits after 12 laps on his softs. Brown staying out. Dark Knight's overtaking Stooley. Trench and Luke Vettel also both staying out, so it's looking like people are staying out for now at least. Don't know who's... Oh, it's Luke Vettel off. That's not fun. Luke Vettel now losing all his time that he had in front of Trench. Spartan's back without in clean air as well on his hards. He's obviously going to the end. Luke Vettel has lost a wing, part of his wing as well. Yep, he's definitely going to go into the pits this lap for some hards. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, if I was Luke Vettel, I would go in. Actually, I think all the top 4 are going to go in, and possibly Jupiter X too. I don't know about Dark Knight in all fairness, but yeah. Wee Reese is staying out though. He's obviously going from the softs to mediums. I mean, that's kind of the obvious option here. As Brown goes into the pit, Trench stays out. Luke Vettel is going in. Dark Knight also going in as well. So I think Brown will just about be out before his teammate can make it in. Not really. Unfortunate, but things happen like that. As Lightning Poker overtakes Dark Knight, who has gone on to the hards with a new wing change too. But Brown and Luke Vessel both out behind Button's back. And I have to say, by some distance too. Button's back with that clean air definitely got the better of Brown. I mean, Luke Vessel is just nowhere near where he should be. So hopefully for Grosjean, yep, I believe he gets out in front of Dark Knight. Jigsaw Moto out just behind though. As Wee Reese has made his way into the pits. Trench is not joining him as he will stay out for another another lap. Wee Reese slow onto the mediums. Hards. Nope. I was wrong. It was hards. I was possibly expecting to go on the mediums, but it wasn't the most likely option. And as we can see here, Button's back, losing quite a bit of time to Wee Reese in the pits here. Not too much, but still enough. Luke Vessel going on to the mediums is quite erratic in my opinion. I mean, if you can take the mediums 22 laps, then you should, but if you take the mediums 22 laps, then you're also kind of ruining your chance at getting a good finish. So yeah, pickle choose. That's just my opinion at least. People can have their own opinions, blah blah. I'm just sticking in for Luke Vessel though for now. He's not close to the guy in front of him, but we've got Lightning Poker's AI here, so this will probably end up in some controversy. Or not. That's a surprise. Especially with AI cars. Trench apparently staying out for another lap. I mean, just why? Is kind of the first question. The second is, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, I'm not allowed to give. I can kind of give my opinions on the strat, but just wow. This is a yellow flag in sector 2. I'm not even sure who it's for. It's for someone that I don't even know anymore. But Trench, to be fair, has gained a whole second on Wee Reese in that last lap, and he's still going. He is still going. He has gone over half. Well, he's done about half the race on the softs. If he can do that, he can go on to the mediums. You know what? He's going for softs to mediums, hoping that he can beat Reese by doing that. The chance of him doing it? Minimal. But if he does, then damn, that'll be something nice to see. I'm surprised Jupiter X hasn't gone in the pits yet. I have to be honest. We'd kind of expect him to go in by now. Maybe he is, and I just don't realise it. I mean, maybe I underestimate how far these softs can go. But nope, Jupiter X is coming in after 15 laps of softs. Trench, on the other hand, is he coming in? Yes, he is. Is he going to cut the pit lane? Not really, so. Wee Reese though gained quite a bit of time, although Trench had this pit stop, and is now out in front of Trench even before he can get into the pit box. Button's back, on the other hand, most likely going to get the jump too. Brown though, I doubt it. You know, I seriously doubt that Brown's got this over Trench, but we can see there he kind of has, actually. There's a Luke Vettel 38 seconds behind. Dear me. And yep, Trench is out in 4th. Quite a way behind the leader. 18.8 seconds. Ooh, that is yacht to sting. As Luke Vettel's out. Luke Vettel crashed it. Wow. Luke Vettel crashed out. That is something you don't hear often. But it happened, so yeah. Meanwhile, near the back, Christian is fighting man like Stooley. I mean, Stooley's positioning there was just awful, but I mean, these two are fighting technically for a point, and well, technically for 2 points because you know, Luke Vettel DNF, but I mean, you just can't push your way around the outside like that. But he still tried it, Stooley. Unfortunately, just not gaining the position there, as he's also hit into. That was Brown. That was Brown. Brown was just going too quick, ended up hitting a back marker, and is now down behind Trench. So Trench's teammate really giving him sabotage there. And speaking of Trench's teammate, here he is. Spun round. Doing donuts. So, yeah. Brown got fucked. That's right. Is Stooley still doing donuts? And he had a collision with Lightning Poker too. Of course. I mean, just why not? As Brown's gone back into the pits after that, I mean, pretty much bullocks his race up. I would be expecting to see a fucking bollocks in the chat. Just any second now. Any second. Any second now. Nope, we do not get a that was fucking shit. I mean, to be honest, I was expecting it. And also, to be honest, I really wanted it, but... Anyway, the Jigsaw Moto closing in on True Grosjean. Obviously, the Jigsaw Moto's done 19 laps on these mediums, so yes, they can go far. But... will he go on to another pair of mediums, or will he go to the softs? I mean, the softs can go 14 laps from now, so I'm guessing he'll go softs, but kind of hard to tell. He'll have DRS here on True Grosjean. Obviously, both of them need to stop again. The only person who doesn't actually need to stop again are the top three. Brown and Jupitex. Oh, and Dark Knight, because he doesn't care about tyres. Oh, we get a flag in Sector 2. Is it this time? Honestly, I don't even know. At this point in time, I don't care to know. I don't need to know. I just know. Yeah, we're keeping on watching these two fight because currently the battles 4th and 5th, the only two battles that are good enough. Stooley's been overtaken by Dark Knight, and then re-overtakes Dark Knight. And they seem to be the cause of the yellow flags here. Jupiter X into the pits. I believe he might have crashed into the wall, but luckily he's over a lap in front of the rest, so doesn't really matter too much. Surely that's a ban for Stooley. For what exactly? For hitting Brown? For dive bombing people? Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, Jigsaw Moto into the pits. Jupiter X out onto hards. Brown up into 5th. And Trench is now 13 seconds behind the leader, who currently only has 2 warnings. Meanwhile, Button, again, only has 2 warnings. Trench has a 3-second time penalty. And Brown has a penalty for getting fucked. Yeah, we know. He did ruin the race. Oh, Quistiard is out as well. This is just the peak shit that happens today. Oh, Quistiard's AI just ruining everyone here. Like, and by everyone, I mean everyone. Stooley's just retired too. I mean, do people not know how to retire not in the middle of the track? Come on, guys. It's not hard. If you crash, you crash. But you don't crash in the middle of the track, because there are no walls in the middle of the track. And there's a virtual safe. There's a virtual safety car. You know, how to just ruin anyone's race? Just putting a virtual safety car there. You know, not an actual safety car where the grid might get shuffled up a bit. No, let's put in an actual safety car. A virtual safety car, sorry. You know, we could have a really good safety car period because like 3 drivers went out in one go. You know, we could have like so many pits and like people all being on like fresh tyres and stuff. But no, we've got a virtual one where everyone stays spread out, nobody can gain, nothing can really matters. It's just like oh, these people crashed, but don't worry, it doesn't affect you, because it's only virtual. Oh, unless you speed. Hee that shit, you know? And it's like, nobody cares. Nobody wants that because it is disgusting and it's a disgrace to the sport. Also, just gave True Grosjean a free pit, more or less, in front of the Jigsaw Moto. Just saying. Does he have a flag in Sector 2? Is it Dark Knight? Oh, of course it's Dark Knight. You know, no, why do I even need to guess anymore? All I need to know is it's either Jupiter X, Dark Knight, or someone at the front that actually had a decent crash. And yeah, so I'm just in a really bad mood today, so I do apologise. As we're just getting bad camera angles along with that. The Jigsaw Motor's up into 5th. And look, Trench is still 13 seconds behind. Actually, make that 14. 12? No, 14. I can do math, I swear. Don't over 3 seconds. How did you get a 5 second penalty? Okay. So how can you get a 3 second penalty in the pit lane? Oh, the Jigsaw Motor have a 3 second time penalty. Absolute peak times. Gap to leader, 2 laps down, 3 laps down. Fun. Ugh. Stooley's left, obviously after retiring. Dark Knight onto some fresh softs. I swear he's back to like 2 laps down from a blimmin' Jupiter X. He's just trying to tailing Wee Reese here for the fun of it. Oh, the Jigsaw Motor the fastest lap of the race. Good on you, lad. Oh, Trench has now got down to 13 seconds. To Wee Reese. Button's back not really improving or going slower, he's just kind of there. Well, he's just gained quite a bit of time in that last sector there. Don't believe it was from DRS at all, we just think he was faster. But Trench was as well, so my presumption is that Wee Reese is just getting slower. With 9 laps to go, with 3/4 of the race done, and really I think the fun bit is going to be when Trench somehow catches Buttons back, and to see if he can make him out onto Wee Reese. We'll just wait for that other comment to load. Give it a minute. There we go. Ow, that's like... No, that's just too harsh. Like, there's wishing someone dead and then there's wishing someone to step on a Lego. And you just, like, cross the line between the two. You shouldn't have done that. Like, that's an eternity worse than hell. Like, stepping on a Lego constantly. Ugh. No. Couldn't do that. Like, just, you can't tell someone to step on a Lego. It's evil. It's like the most evil thing that could happen to someone. Oh, also Trench is now like within 10 seconds, more or less, of a Wee Reese here. And oh, Button's back also closing in on Wee Reese, but even Jupiter X, dear lord, has overtaken him. Is Wee Reese just going slow for the fun of it? I mean, he is setting like 113s, 112s. He had a lap where it was like 190. Oh, that was a virtual safety car lap. 113s, 112s, Button's back. Also doing the same thing, really. Trench just in the 111s, setting his own personal best. So this keeps up. Trench is going to gain up to both of these guys in more or less no time at all. And Jupiter X doesn't even care about the fact there's a leader behind him. See, even Reese didn't even gain from that. That's the awful thing. Like, Button's back has just climbed right back up to him, and wow. Even Trench is just closing by lots in this race. You know, 7 laps to go, he is 7 seconds behind. Or maybe that 8 seconds, but at one point it was 7, okay? And again, Button's back, just gaining on Reese. It's like Reese is using Jupiter X like one little bit of DRS. I don't know what's going on here. I really don't. It's like Reese is just bored and wants to fight someone whilst he waits for the other two. I mean, Trench is closing in quickly, so is Button's back. I really don't know what's going on with Reese at the front here. All I know is that Trench isn't setting good lap times currently. Like, compared to those last few laps, yeah, he's been off the pace by over a second. Either he's done really bad or his tyres just dropped completely out. Does he get a flag in sector 2? Who is it? It's someone. Oh, Wee Reese is a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, this is where he needs to speed up now. As you can tell, he's had enough playing around with Jupiter X, and has just decided to bowl on ahead because of that 3-second time penalty. Which means now it's the battle of the wheels between Trench and Button's back. There are only 6 laps left, technically 5 more or less, but Trench will have to fight Button's back. It won't be the title deciding fight, but whoever wins this will be top of the... Well, whoever wins this second place fight will be top of the championship coming into the last race of the season. Button's back by 1 point, Trench by 5. And at the moment, I do see Trench being the winner in this outcome. And the gap's, I know, 1.5 seconds. I really think he'll be the one to just make it through. But again, he hits a 3-second time penalty, so you know that kind of plays into a big effect as well. All really depends what lap he gets DRS. As if he can get it now, it's definitely going to help him, but... Oh, he's got it now. Yeah. Here we go. DRS activated. Yeah, it's over for Buttons back, in my opinion. Like, Trench can probably get him on the next straight, which is a scary thought. But Buttons back now in 3 seconds. Oh, it's all over. Buttons back completely out of this competition now. Trench up into second, unless Buttons back can miraculously make his tyres into like ultra softs from last season. Actually, no, hyper softs from last F1 season. Then I don't think he's making any positions back up. But anyway, as we can see, 1.5. Oh, yeah. There's more or less no chance. And the only thing I will say there is a possibility of is Trench getting first here. Is if we reset the second penalty, then Trench only has to gain 2.6 seconds, and I mean, technically Reese does need 2 more warnings, but knowing that your tyres are on 17 laps old, it might happen. The likeliness of it though is not very high. And also Trench has 2 back markers in front of him. One being due to X, the other being Dark Knight. I mean, due to X is going to give him DRS, so I guess there's a positive in that one, but Dark Knight, yeah, that may be a bit harder to contain. Actually, no, he didn't get DRS, but Dark Knight slows down anyway. Oh no, he did. Ignore me. Trench with the DRS has got past Jutex. As Buttons back's gone into the pits to go set fastest lap. Ooh. Five seconds is the gap between first and second. Both of them are just 1 penalty each. If Reese gets another, Trench needs to gain 2.2 seconds to win this race. Very unlikely, I know, but it could happen. Speaking of winning a race or anything, I think Brown is going to win the race here between him and Buttons back. I mean, Brown has... oh, he has 2 penalties. Buttons back, on the other hand, only has the 1. Never mind. Buttons back has won this one, hands down. And Wee Reese has just set the fastest lap of 1:10. Like, how do you do that? Like, that's how you know someone's slugging, when they start setting like 1 minute 14s and 13s, and then they're on the 111s, back up to the 113s and stuff, then into the 110s, all on one tyre. That's, you know, pretty awful. So yellow flag in sector 1/2, it's probably Dark Knight. I mean, Buttons back has to be a 1:11 dead on. And to do that, he has to beat Brown too. By beating Brown, I mean, like, he has to get past Brown. there's no chance that Brown is setting 111.1s or whatever. You know, he's nowhere near that level yet. And Trench is 11 seconds behind. He's had a crash. Trench has had a crash and he is like a mile behind. Button's about to have to hold off his fastest lap till the final lap. See, well, he'll have to get past Brown too. Is there anyone in the way of that fastest lap? I think the only person who could be a problem is Dark Knight, but he seems just a little bit too far away for these two right now. Anyway, here we go. Button's back, making it past Brown. Sets the fastest lap as well by a 10th. Like, just how? How has he gone here and just set the fastest lap? When he's been stuck behind Brown half the lap? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to know. All I want to know is when this race is over. But speaking of when this race is over, here we go. Reese with another win for the McLaren. He gets first place. Trench will come home to take second. Button's back, currently looking like he'll take third, and he'll also take my drive of the day today as well. Dark Knight confirms 8th place. Button's back with fastest lap again. Brown in 4th. The Jigsaw Motor will come home in 5th with True Grosjean in 6th. Just to chuck it in the chat, who's driver of the day. Very, very quickly. Also just say GG. As the Jigsaw Moto confirms 5th place and True Grosjean in 6th. So we'll watch our top 3 on the podium tonight. Well done to all racers who were involved today. Well done to Reese for yet another really good win. Button's back, obviously getting third. And you know, it's just quite a tight race for fastest lap here. Most people in the 111s. I mean, they look at that 111.1, 110.9, but Button's back really proving he was best fast lap with it. Just a 1:10.1. But anyway, that is it for tonight. I will see you